Listen, I know you're a game changer. You know it, your clients know it. The problem is your AI tool knows it too, and it's been writing that exact phrase in your LinkedIn posts, your newsletters, your website copy. And the SEC just made that their favorite thing to find when they show up and start reading through everything you've published. In this video, I'm going to show you what changed, why way too many advisors are sitting on a compliance liability they don't know about, and what the small group who understand this are doing differently so your marketing works harder and your next SEC visit stays clean. On September 9th, 2024, the SEC charged 9 investment advisory firms in an ongoing marketing rule sweep, $1.24 million in combined penalties for unsubstantiated claims, missing testimonial disclosures, and incomplete documentation. Then on March 18th, 2024, they fined 2 advisors $400,000 specifically for false and misleading statements about their use of AI in marketing. That was their first AI enforcement action of its kind. All of this was the warm-up. In January 2026, the SEC updated its marketing rule FAQs. Compliance experts reviewing that update consistently noted one thing: examiners apply a strict facts and circumstances standard to every claim. You don't find out where the line was until they've already reviewed your posts. There's no warning shot. Here's where it gets specific and a little uncomfortable. This isn't a story about bad actors making fraudulent claims. It's about what happens when a tool that generates confident sounding language does it faster than any human can fact check it, and you publish it without a documentation trail. That's where most advisors are right now. If you're an advisor, a consultant, or anyone who sells expertise for a living, here's what this means in practice. Every piece of marketing you publish, LinkedIn posts, email newsletters, website copy, podcast episodes functioning as advertising, can be pulled in an exam. And for each one, examiners can ask 3 questions. What was the claim? Who approved it? What documentation supports it? Way too many advisors have no version of that process. And AI makes it significantly worse because AI tools don't know your registration documents. They don't know your policies or your compensation disclosures. They default to generating differentiation language that sounds persuasive. Conflict-free or personalized, client-first, proven approach, whether or not any of it can be substantiated. FINRA's 2026 oversight report addresses this directly. AI hallucinations are a specific governance risk, and the report points to the need for monitoring, testing, and keeping prompt and output logs. Here's the framework I want you to use to understand where your exposure is. I call it the substantiation divide, the line between marketing that you can prove and marketing you can't. On one side is the personality layer. This is marketing built on claims about who you are. We care more. We're more personalized. We built relationships for 30 years. It feels true when you write it, but when an examiner says, "Show me," there's nothing in the file to point to. On the other side is the process layer. This is marketing built on what you actually do, documented and verifiable. Not, we give personalized retirement advice. Instead, every client goes through our 3-meeting retirement reality check. Here's the checklist. Here's how we document decisions. Here are the outcomes we track. Examiners can verify it. Prospects can picture it. Here's how to see which side you're on. Take a claim from your current marketing, something like, "We customize every portfolio." Now ask, where does that live in your documentation? Is there an IPS process, a review cadence, a meeting notes template, a model exceptions log? If you can point to documents, you're in the process layer. If you're pointing at your general reputation and good intentions, you're in the personality layer. So here's the question sitting underneath all of this. For every claim in your marketing, what document would you hand an examiner to prove it? If I had to distill this to one sentence, it's this. The SEC isn't judging whether you're a good advisor, they're judging whether you can prove it on paper. And AI-generated content almost never comes with that paper. So what does this mean for you? It means that many advisors, even those with the best intentions, are operating in the personality layer. When AI helps them say, "I'm different," louder and more often, it just creates more unprovable claims on record. But after an exam, or even just the realization of this risk, a shift happens. Advisors start to document their actual processes. They name them, structure them, and map out every step they've been taking clients through intuitively for years, writing it down in a way someone else can read and understand. But here's where it gets really interesting. The smart advisors don't stop at building a compliance file. They turn that documented process into a marketing asset, a book, a methodology, a framework with their name on it. And then they start using it like a tool. They send it to prospects before discovery calls. They give it to existing clients to share with colleagues. They use it as a leave behind at every speaking engagement. Every referral conversation their clients have on their behalf suddenly has something tangible attached to it. Not, hey, you should talk to my advisor, but hey, read this first. The dynamic shifts almost immediately. Prospects start showing up to first calls already convinced. Not because the advisor got better at selling. They haven't changed their pitch at all. The prospects have already read how the advisor works, already seen their thinking, already decided they're the right person before they ever get on the phone or in the office. I've seen this happen again and again. One advisor told me something that stuck with me. He said, I had a better process than most advisors the whole time. I just never put it somewhere that could do the work for me. That's the shift. The documented process protects you in an exam. The book puts that process to work before the meeting even starts. Now, here's the question I get every time I tell a story like this. That sounds great, but I've been doing this for years and I've never written any of it down. Where do I even start? That's exactly what I walk through in this video right here. It covers the exact process to build a book in 90 days and why it's backed by an ROI guarantee. Watch it now.